This is Art Attack! Are you one of those people who spends all day dreaming about your Valentine? You know what you need? A heartthrob. And here it is. Watch this. There she is. Say nothing. Come and have a look at this. Now, to make your heartthrob's arrow, you need some thin card. Cereal box card will do, but I like to use this nice brightly coloured card. And then take a ruler, place it in the middle of the card, and draw round it. Now, I always use pencil at this stage, just in case I make a mistake. I can always rub the pencil out or go over it a little later on. And then the idea is to divide this strip into 3 equal sections. Now, 30 centimetres, if you're using a 30 centimetre ruler, divided by 3 is 10 centimetres each section. And then here's one there and one there. So you've got 3 sections. Now I want to divide this middle section into 3 equal blocks. So 10 centimetres divided by 3 is 3 1/3. You can take some time over this. I'm just doing it quickly to show you. So we've got 3 equal sections and 3 equal boxes in the middle section. Then just put an S in the right-hand box, because that's going to be your secret box for your heartthrob. Now, to turn the whole thing into an arrow, just put a tip on it there, like that, and a feathery tail up there, like that, and then cut the whole thing out, and you have something that looks like this. And then place that arrow shape onto another piece of thin card. Just place it in the middle, and the idea is to draw a heart shape that's slightly wider than your middle section. So I'm just going to draw it around the arrow like that, and again I'm using pencil because if I make a mistake I can always rub it out or just alter it as we're going, and just bring the heart down to there. I think you see I'm just adjusting it here, putting little marks in for myself, and then just draw a line across the top of the arrow and the bottom to mark the arrow's position, and then you just have to mark the position of this middle box. Take the arrow away and then just join up the heart like that, and when you're happy with the shape, just go over it with a felt tip pen. You can just make the shape a little bit better there and then rub out the pencil. I'm always doing that sort of thing. It goes round there. And you must also join up these dots in the middle, so create your square again, like that, and then cut out the heart and cut slots into these 2 lines so that you have something that looks like that. There's my heart shape, and you see I've cut my slots into those 2 middle lines. And then paint it any colour you like, but pink for a heart or maybe red for a heart. And see what I've done here? Put a nice bright highlight on there and got round it in pen. And then on your arrow strip, just colour the middle box, the same colour as your heart, and then cut out a picture of your heartthrob or your Valentine to fit that secret box there, and just a dab of glue on the back. Again, you can take your time doing this. I'm just going to do it quickly there to show you, and just place that carefully into position there. And then you can decorate the rest of your arrow using gold or silver pen. I like using these silver pens, very effective. Just do the feathers there, and you can finish the whole thing off, and you'll have something that looks a little bit like that. And then it's just a case of threading the arrow through the heart, just very carefully, whoops, through there, and just pull it through. It's a bit stiff to start with, and there it is. And then just give it a tug to reveal your heartthrob. And there she is. And don't tell anyone. And you could always do a smaller one and send it instead of a Valentine card. There it is. You do it in exactly the same way, as long as you divide your arrow strip into 3 equal sections and the middle section into 3 equal boxes. And then you could always write a secret message in a secret box. There we are. Guess who? Me. Try it yourself. Send your Valentine a heartthrob.
Hello! Yes, it's me, the head. Now, just remember that your arrow strip should be split into 3 sections, and the middle section should be split into 3 boxes. So, that's 3 sections and then 3 boxes. And what a lovely thing to send to your sweetheart. Well, I should know. I've just sent myself one.
Boots. Come on. Leave them there. Yep, I think this could be a big heart attack. There's only one word to describe that picture. It's cool. Here's a good cartoon tip, how to make things look old, tired, and worn out. Okay, here's 2 cardboard boxes. This one's new, and with a few little tricks, I'm going to make this one look very old and very worn out. Watch this. Now, the first thing we have to do is break up these boring straight lines. So let's just make some of these lines a bit more squiggly, just to break up the shape of the cardboard box. And it doesn't matter that the straight lines are still there underneath. You can still see them. It all adds to the worn out effect. And then we could put some tears in the box. Just put little gashes in, one there, maybe one there, and one up in the corner there. And how's about some cracks? Just a spindly line with another spindly line coming off it. Because old things always have cracks in them, don't they? Put one in there, and I think one on this side. Just there like that. And then how about some scuff marks? Okay, scuff mark in there. It's just like little bruises in the cardboard, scuff mark over there. What about some other knocks and bumps? Here's a good way of doing knocks and bumps. 2 lines that way and 2 lines that way. 2 lines that way. It's a bit like noughts and crosses squares, isn't it? There, like that. And on old things, you always get patches, so okay. Let's turn those into patches. One patch that way, and maybe one more. Let's put one on there. We haven't done anything there yet. A patch up there. Yeah. Have you ever noticed the way old things become really smelly? With a couple of squiggly lines, and there it is, a smelly cardboard box. And where there are smelly things, of course you get flies. A couple of dots, little wings on them, and do them buzzing round in little circles there, just lightly drawn like that. And here's another good cartoon tip. They always do this in animation, don't they? If you want to make things look really smelly and really old, just put an old fishbone in it. And it makes it look as if it's really ponging. And there it is, one old, tired, worn-out cardboard box. And it works with people as well. Watch this. There he is, a nice, bright, shining smile on his face, and we'll soon get rid of that. Right. The first thing to do is to break up the smooth lines, just to put his face a little bit out of shape. There, like that. Maybe these eyebrows, make them a bit more wiggly. Wiggly lines always work for old and tired things. Give them a cauliflower nose, break that up a bit. Let's get rid of this smile now. Let's make his lips look a bit puffed up and all out of shape. Now, what about your eyes? Have you ever noticed when you're really tired, your eyelids become really heavy and they come down over your eyes? So, okay, let's bring those eyelids down there, like that. And then some bags under his eyes, and maybe even some bruising, black eye. And you don't really get cracks on your face, but you do get these little veins or bloodshot marks in the eyes. He's beginning to look a right mess, isn't he? Let's give him a few bruises here. Maybe a couple of knocks, the old noughts and crosses knocks. And let's put a plaster on. God, it really does look a mess, this one. There, like that. Oh, and here's a good one. You ever notice sometime in cartoons, your gangsters or your baddies, they've always got real unshaven look to them. What about his hair? Let's mess that up a bit. And let's make him slightly smelly. A couple of lines going up there. And if you do the wiggly lines coming diagonally from his head, he looks really dazed. Let's make him sweaty as well, really smell there. And finally, just knock a couple of his teeth out to make him look really messy. And there it is. And you can try all of these tricks together, or just a couple of them, to make your cartoons look old, tired, and worn out. And I know how they feel.
Oh, now that's what I call a top tip. Just add things like cracks, smells, beads of sweat, sticking up hair, stubble, and plasters. In fact, anything that'll make something look really worn out. That's going to be me in a few 100 years. Hey!
Hi, I'm Jo, and I drew rows of dots on a piece of paper, joined them up, then coloured them in to make this pattern. Hi, I'm Caroline. I had an art attack by joining dots together to make a symmetrical pattern.
Hi, I'm Tom, and this is my symmetrical dot design picture.
Yeah, good art attack. Joining the dots to create symmetrical patterns. Try this. Take a square piece of paper and divide it into 4 equal squares using your ruler. Now, it must be accurate, this. And then put a dot at the centre point, like that. And then, using that dot as a guide, draw a row of dots across each of your lines. And the dots have to be 1 centimetre apart. It must be accurate, this. And I'm just doing this one line to show you. But do all 4 lines. And when you've done all 4 lines, move your ruler onto one of the dots, and using this dot as a guide, draw another row of dots right across your paper, again 1 centimetre apart. And when you've completed that row, move your ruler over and do another row of dots using another dot as a guide, and these dots again must be 1 centimetre apart. And by the time you finish this, you'll have driven yourself completely dotty. There it goes. And when you've covered the whole of your paper, it will look like this. Look at that. Dots absolutely everywhere. And then it's a case of joining the dots to create some patterns, but just do it in the bottom right-hand box to start with. Now, what I'm going to do here is join a couple of dots, maybe that one to there, and create a very simple triangle. Now, watch this. When you've done that shape, repeat it in the left-hand box, but a mirror image. So the triangle has to be the other way round. It's still in the same place, still the same distance from that centre line, but it's the wrong way round. And here's the clever bit. Now, you spin your paper, and that's now in the bottom right-hand box. And you copy it again into the left-hand box, but again, a mirror image. So each time, you're copying what's in the bottom right-hand box, and you're making a mirror image in the left-hand box. Spin it again, and there you are, back to the beginning with another mirror image. Okay, let's try it with another shape. What about a rectangle? Again, just joining these dots. You can create any shape you like. You just join the dots from dot to dot. Okay, and I'm just going to repeat it in the bottom left-hand box. And all the time I'm repeating the bottom left-hand box, what's in the right-hand box, but just a mirror image. It can be quite confusing, this, so the idea is to use the dots just to help you out as a reference point. You can count the dots, you can space yourself using the dots, and you can count how many dots you are away from those guidelines. There we are, the final mirror image in there, and it looks like that. And then just keep building up your pattern in the bottom right-hand box, doing a mirror image of it in the left-hand box, and then spin your paper and copy what's in the right, in the left, and spin again and copy what's in the right, into the left. And eventually, you'll build up your pattern. And if you haven't gone completely mad by that stage, this will send you completely doolally. Colour in all your shapes, and colour in each shape the same colour as its mirror image. So I'm just going to spin that round, and then it goes. Just colour that in there, like that. And then mirror image in the left-hand box, and just keep spinning it round. So all the triangles are going to be red, and just keep spinning them round, doing the mirror image, like that. And colour in the rest of your pattern in exactly the same way, just doing a mirror image of what's in the right-hand box in the left. And eventually, you'll have a symmetrical dot pattern. And depending on how you join the dots, you could create a pattern that's any shape and any size. Look at that. Really effective patterns, aren't they? Try it yourself. Symmetrical dot patterns. And I'll see you next time. Ta-ra.